let's talk a little bit about a recent comment Hillary Clinton made, Democratic presidential frontrunner Hillary Clinton, at a campaign stop in Iowa. She claimed to have no idea whatsoever that she had received money from the fossil fuel industry, even though she has received over $150,000 from oil and gas representatives. That's just during this election cycle. Forget about in the past. She was asked by a member of the audience if she would follow the lead set by Bernie Sanders and former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley to reject any fossil fuel donations. And she initially said she didn't think she had received any. She said, quote, "Well, I don't know that I ever have accepted donations from the fossil fuel industry. I'm not exactly one of their favorites." And then she went on to say, "Oh, have I accepted donations from fossil fuel companies? Okay, well, I'll have to check on that. They certainly haven't made that much of an impression on me if I don't even know it." We looked at the data. The Center for Responsive Politics says Hillary Clinton received over $150,000 during this cycle alone from members of the oil and gas industry. This happens to be more than every Republican candidate except for Ted Cruz and Jeb Bush. What do you think, Lewis? Is it better for us to believe Hillary Clinton didn't know she had received these donations, or is it better to think she was trying to hide that she had received these donations?
Knowing Hillary, I think she was probably trying to hide the fact that she received those donations.
You think she knew?
Well, probably. I mean, someone in her position, I think it's pretty safe to assume that some of that money would be coming in from those types of industries. So I think that, look, I don't know how intimately involved she is, when it comes to contributions and political action committees and where all that money is coming from. She truly may have had no idea this entire election cycle who or what companies or what people are individually, giving her donations. So she could have been telling the truth, but it's just weird that she kind of has two answers over time. I don't know.
Yeah, and I got an email from someone saying, David, either way, it's really bad. If she's lying about the contributions she's received, that's really dishonest. If she doesn't know the contributions she's received, that's also really bad. Although you could make the case that it's good if she doesn't know who's donating to her, in the sense that if you don't know who's donating to you, maybe you're less likely to do political favors for them. Although there are counter arguments to this idea. But maybe if she truly has no idea who's giving her money, then it's not really possible for her to do favors for them, knowingly at least.
Yeah, well, she's out there campaigning. It's not like she is, she has a team that is involved in dealing with the contributions. And there's a ton of money coming in from a lot of different places. And she's not sitting there looking at every contribution and saying, okay, making notes, this is who this is from, this is who this is from. I mean, she is on the road campaigning. Her time is occupied. How is she? How do we expect her to know where all that money's coming from?
Well, I think listen, when she's on the road, she can figure out who's giving her money. I think there's no doubt that she can have access to that information. She did go on to say she has a strong record on the environment and she wants to transition to clean, renewable energy, blah, blah, blah. I'm less concerned about this issue than on the bank donations and the fact that she straight up said she wouldn't want a modernized Glass-Steagall to separate the speculative and commercial banking activities of big banks. That's more of a concern, not because I care more about banks than about the environment, but because we've already seen with regard to political ideas, positions, and legislation, how she differs from what would be the progressive way to go. So I'm more concerned with that right now.
Yeah, well, we know she has many friends on Wall Street, and Wall Street and the oil and gas industry are, you have many close ties. They're not that far apart. So,
but to be clear, still way better than any of the Republican candidates. So we want to we critique when a critique is necessary, but we are still in the real world. And if you say Ted Cruz or Hillary Clinton, you know what my answer is going to be. If I'm wrong, tell me on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at @Pakman. Lewis is on Twitter at Lewis Motamedi.